Hello, everyone. If you hear something in the background, it's my cat. Today is going to be a bit different. We're going to be talking about something serious, and that is confronting past mistakes. The other day, I was just reminiscing, and I remembered an old channel that my friend Christina and I had made back in 2010. Upon watching the videos, I was horrified by some of the language used and some of the comments made by myself and Christina, and I wanted to make a video addressing these videos. To be clear, no one brought these up to me. I have 100-something subscribers on YouTube, all of whom I appreciate, of course, but no one was looking into my past, digging things up. I just remembered the channel on my own, and then when I watched the videos, I personally was disgusted, and it didn't feel right to continue with my videos about other things until I talked about them and apologized for some of the things that we said. I am reading off of a script right now because I don't want to say the wrong thing. I tend to just... See, I already don't know what I'm supposed to say if I'm going off the script. My brain just goes... So I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything, and that's why I'm reading off of this. I'm also going to try not to edit the video. I don't want there to be anything that seems like, oh, you edited this out or blah, blah, blah. All I'm going to do is go through each thing, give the context, play the clip, and then give you my response. Hi. So I know that I said that I did not want to edit this video, and because of that, I have to now come in here and kind of do like an insert, just to address a couple things. So in the video, I am reading off of a script, as I said, so I mess up reading sometimes, and when I mess up a word, I basically roll my eyes and make a face and stuff like that, and that is not about the situation. That is about me messing up the word. I always do that to myself, like constantly, whenever I mess up a word. You can see it in, maybe some of my podcast videos and stuff that I post, because I just do that. That's just how I react to me messing up a word. And so I wanted to come in here and say, like, I'm not trying to make light of the situation by making those faces or rolling my eyes or anything like that. It's literally about me messing up words that I'm reading from my screen. So that was one thing I wanted to say. And two, in the video I say we a lot. And I want to be clear, I'm not speaking for Christina, the other person who was in the videos with me and that made the channel with me. But we both did talk about this in DMs, and we both did want to address the situation and address the videos and explain what was wrong about them and everything like that. So we did discuss that we both wanted to do this, but she is posting a separate video on her channel about this. And it has not come out yet, but when it does come out, I will link it in the description below so that you can see that. But from my perspective, everything that I'm saying in this video is from my perspective, and I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew, like, I say we is because I'm talking about this other person that made the channel with me, who I did speak to about this and who agrees that we both did wrong in these videos and wanted to address them. So without further ado, back to the video. The reason I'm doing this is because I think it's important to acknowledge when you've done wrong in your life in order to grow as a person, and you can't hide from the mistakes that you've made or the hurt you may have caused. So you have to confront it and show that you've learned. So that's what I will attempt to do today. Sorry, I just have something in my throat. The first thing I want to talk about is actually in 3 different videos where the same kind of sentiment was spouted, and that was basically using the term rape in an inappropriate manner and making light of it at the very least. In two of the videos, it was actually referencing the same situation. One was a blooper of the first video. The context of this is that Christina and I went to the taping of a Disney Channel show, Sunny with a Chance. And we met the cast afterwards. The person we are talking about in the video is an actor named Sterling Knight. I will play those clips for you now.
And he was wearing a plaid shirt and it was green, and that's like my two favorite things in the world.
Green plaid.
And I wanted to rape him.
But
and so
sadly we didn't have enough time for
that. So I was just practicing for later.
when you actually do
have
the ability to rape.
Have babies with him.
These comments are absolutely disgusting, and I do not stand by them, nor do I condone rape in any way. Before I continue, I want to include the third video where a similar statement was made about Neil Patrick Harris.
I love NPH. Oh my god. If Neil Patrick Harris wasn't gay, we would totally love him forever.
I would bang him anyways. While he's sleeping.
He wouldn't bang you.
Shut up while he's sleeping.
It wouldn't really work though, because... Okay, bye.
Now, in that first part, I did misspeak. On its own, it sounds like I meant I don't like Neil Patrick Harris because he's gay. But that was literally just me saying the wrong thing. However, what I actually meant wasn't any better, because it was the old "I'd totally have sex with you if you weren't gay" trope, which is also bad. And Christina's comment was another instance of the same sentiment earlier. Having sex with someone while they're asleep is rape because they cannot consent. Coercing someone to have sex with you despite them not being interested in you is also rape. And it shouldn't need to be said, but apparently I needed the lesson. Rape is awful. None of what we said in those clips is okay. Our age and the normalization of sexual assault rape culture is not an excuse for saying these things, and I want to not only apologize to Neil Patrick Harris and Sterling Knight, but also to anyone who has been in these types of situations and been victimized in such a way. No one deserves to be talked about like this. No one deserves to be assaulted or raped, and I'm sorry that I ever had the mindset that it was okay to say any of this, regardless of whether we actually intended to do such things or not. Moving on to the next thing, there are a couple videos on the channel where Christina and I went to LA to have some adventures. In those adventures, we went on a quest to try to meet some YouTubers on Venice Beach. It's where they hung out a lot of the time in videos and stuff. So we thought maybe we'd meet someone. It was very windy and rainy and no one was on the beach, so that didn't happen. But in the midst of this, we acted like stalkers, thinking that we found Philip DeFranco's house.
How does that we think that we found Philip DeFranco's house because we're super stalkers? Never mind.
I honestly have no idea why we thought it was his house. We had no idea where he lived, just that he lived in LA, which is an extremely large area. Regardless, it is not okay to go to a YouTuber's or celebrity's house. It's a total invasion of privacy. We weren't outright looking for it, but for some reason I thought it would be cool. We thought it would be cool if we did find it. It's not. And for me to record it and put it on the internet, that's just dangerous and immature and creepy. To be clear, we did not actually find his house, but I just wanted to note that it's not something that people should be doing and not something that we should have done. Sorry. In one of those same videos, I did also use the R-slur to insult myself when I messed up a word.
On our way to Oceanfront Mall. Wow, I'm so retarded.
I do not use this term anymore. I actively removed it from my vocabulary years ago. I vividly remember doing so, and as soon as I learned how ableist and damaging the word is to the disabled community, and I am so sorry for ever saying it. There is also this weird moment in one of my videos where I was watching something on TV and Will Arnett was in the show or movie or something. I don't know what it was. But I was really into Arrested Development at the time, and in this show that he was in that I was watching, they were referencing Arrested Development or something, and a character in it named White Power Bill.
Oh my god, that is so funny. It says white power on his forehead, which is from the rest of Development. Anyway. Wow, white power bill. Anyway, okay.
This clip really hit me because I realized that the entire time I watched Arrested Development, I genuinely had no idea what white power meant. And it was only with the knowledge I've gained in the years after that that I understood what the term meant. On watching this back, I was like, it's very strange that I was so excited about a reference to a character that is essentially a racist neo-Nazi. I'm sorry for my ignorance on the subject and acknowledge that it was my white privilege that allowed me to not have to learn what this actually meant in the 19 to 20 years prior to me making that video. And one last moment I wanted to comment on myself is a more personal one, but it would be wrong not to talk about it. In these videos, Christina and I asked each other questions back and forth, and she had asked me what weapon I would use to maim someone with. Now, that question in itself, while maybe a little strange, isn't that bad. I think we've all had our thoughts in our anger where we wish we could lash out at someone who hurt us. But the important thing is that we don't act on those thoughts. And in this video, I reference a moment in which I did do just that.
But I'd probably use like a pen and like stab them in the throat. That was very bad, but that's probably what I would do because I am really weird and I don't know, like when I got really mad at my friend who's not my friend anymore one time, and I stabbed her in the hand with a pen, and she got really mad at me, but I was mad at her, so I don't remember. I probably shouldn't have done it. Like I mean, given the actual situation, she probably didn't deserve it at that point in time, but overall she probably deserved it. So I guess it really doesn't matter.
Not only did I bring this up, but I basically excused myself for it. Now, I won't be going into the details, but this person that I was talking about and I had an extremely toxic friendship. We were absolutely horrible to each other emotionally, mentally, and on rare occasions physically. She left a lasting effect on my mental health, and for that reason and many others, I cut her out of my life. However, that does not excuse me for assaulting her. I have been through a lot of therapy since then, and I do understand my wrongdoings, what I did wrong to her, other than this specific instance as well. And while I did not apologize directly to her, I did write an open letter to her on my website in which I apologized for this incident and a few other things. I also know that she saw that letter, but I will leave that letter in the description below if you want to read it. But I do not condone physical assault of any kind, and I should not have done that to her. I do not agree with the statement that I made in the video that she deserved it. No one deserves that. And not to minimize the event, but I want to make sure that you know she was okay. The pen did not break the skin, there was no blood or anything, but it was still wrong for me to attempt to hurt her. If we could, we would remove these videos from the internet so that no one else could be hurt by the sentiments portrayed in the videos, or that they could see these videos and think that the things that we said were okay. Unfortunately, we do not have access to that account anymore. We've tried everything, and we just don't have the ability to get back into it. So what we have done is we've made this video, and we're going to leave the video link and an apology in the comments of each of the videos, so that they are not up without proper context, that these things are wrong. Please learn from my actions and my mistakes. Your words have meaning. Don't use them carelessly or to harm others. One last thing is, I do want to say that I am sure that this is not the last time that I will make a mistake. I'm human. We all are. But I will always try to be the best person that I can be. I will always attempt to apologize and grow from any mistakes that I make, and I hope that this video shows how people can learn and grow over periods of time and after gaining more cultural awareness, especially with the help of the ever-growing internet community that has developed from 2010 to now. I will continue to educate myself as much as I possibly can. I will leave a link to the original videos in the description so that you can see the full context of if you would like to. I understand if the information brought forward today is too much and you want to unsubscribe. Thank you for your time and listening. Thank you for your time and for listening.